Henry! He's awake!
Hey, you. We're alive. Okay.
See? What'd I tell you, huh? He's good. Everything's fine. You know, Sam's the one who spotted you. You guys are taking quite a bit of water. What's wrong with you?
Henry!
Get back,
hey,
son!
hey.
He's pissed, but he's not gonna do anything.
You sure about that?
Stop!
Joel?
He left us to die out there.
No, you had a good chance of making it, and you did. But coming back for you meant putting him at risk. Stay back. If it was the other way around, would you have come back for us? I saved you.
He saved me too. We would have drowned.
It's fine, I'm okay. You know, for what it's worth, I'm really glad we spotted you. Now, that radio tower, it's on the other side of this cliff. Okay? Place is gonna be full of supplies. You're gonna be really happy you didn't kill me.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Flying Dutchman videos. You can see we're still playing The Last of Us, but we made it out of Pittsburgh finally, after nearly drowning. There's the bridge. But yeah, now we're on the other side of the river, but we still have to make it to the rendezvous point Henry talked about earlier, which is, as he said, on the other side of this cliff. It's actually we're gonna have to go through the cliff instead of over it. And it's going to be a fairly long slog. It's a fairly long part of the my Let's Play series, just because, well, the pace you see now, that's pretty much how it's going to be for most of the video. Actually, there is some interesting stuff to find around here, primarily on the beach in that steamboat you saw just up ahead. There's some stuff in there. But as I said, it takes a while to get to places, just because, well, you're not moving very quickly. Nice water effects, though it does seem that the water flows a bit too quickly. But hey, I'm being nitpicky here, and it still looks great.
First time on a boat.
Well, it's a little bit different in the water.
You can actually go past that fallen tree trunk we saw just up ahead. We'll do that in a minute. There's some collectibles around here you can get.
Ellie, found another one of them comics you've been reading.
Well, as we'll see when we progress through the cliffs, is that there's a little sort of frame narrative going on here, whereas the further we progress in the game, the more we find out about this little story arc that's going on with this Ish character. And well, this being The Last of Us, you might guess it's not a very happy end, but I'll leave that for now. We'll find out in due course. Actually, I did climb up the cliff first, and then decided, well, hold on, I want to check out what's behind that log as well. So, if you're like me in this chapter, just go check out what's behind that log first, and then head up to the cliff. This crate is actually where we need to go after you've checked out everything on the beach. You need to open that up with Henry, and then you can walk into an old sewage plant that's apparently built into the cliffside. There's not that many enemies in this part of the this level, or this chapter, I guess. It's mostly puzzle solving for a bit, and then you start to come across actual infected, but it's fairly manageable. It doesn't get too crazy. I'm not sure if you can sneak it though. I did try that for a while, but well, as you guys know, and as I've said multiple times by now, I kind of suck at stealth in this game, so that didn't work out too well. So after you pick that up, just go back to the cliffside where Henry and Sam and Ellie are, and open that grate and move into the sewage station.
Same time. Come on, let's do it.
Weirdly though, it doesn't seem like Joel stayed angry at Henry for very long.
Alright, come on, kids, go.
If the voice acting is anything to go by.
Alright, there we go. Alright, you go in. Okay.
Hey, flashlights out. Sam, stay close. Someone's finally learning.
And the ish story arc, or meta frame story, whatever you want to call it, is basically about a guy that I guess he used to own slash pilot that captain, I should say, that tug,
Joel,
and then
over
decided to
there.
beach it and
Check this side out.
survive in here. So he set up shop somewhere down the line in this sewage plant,
You ain't got much of a choice.
and actually did very well for himself for a short time. As we'll see, we'll come across more snippets of information about that, what he did in here. It's actually fairly useful to look for those collectibles, because they usually have resources around them as well. So whenever you find a note placed by Ish or something, or left by
Hey,
Ish,
this way.
you usually find a bunch of handy resources as well.
If you can get it open, I can crawl through and clear that door. Oh, yeesh. That is a big rat.
Takes a bit for Ellie to get in there and get it all unblocked. There we go.
And voila.
As I said, you can pick up a bunch of stuff in here.
Do you think they'll join us? All the way to Tommy's?
I don't know. Just gonna have to see how everything pans out.
So like the note said, he basically set up shop in here and found he could easily avoid the infected. And as time went by, more and more people joined him in here, and they kind of set up a community. And we'll come across signs of them living here in a few minutes. I just decided to craft some stuff here, primarily because, as I said in an earlier part, when you don't craft resources, especially in normal, there's a kind of a bottleneck that forms in your inventory. So you can't carry anything like any more resources, but if you don't craft anything either, you're basically not using your resources, which is a waste. So I decided to like periodically just craft stuff. I might not even use it immediately or even in the same chapter, but it's still useful at some point. And it frees up inventory space, so you can actually craft more stuff if you do that. So this is a small puzzle in here. It's fairly simple, but you need to, after you figure it out, it clicks, but it's not very logical if you're just looking at it.
Well, I can't swim.
That makes two of us.
All right,
Actually, as it turned out, there's actually stuff in these water areas. If you guys remember that area in the hotel in Pittsburgh, you had to swim through the flooded basement. And I thought there wasn't any stuff in the underwater areas, primarily because it's kind of hard to move underwater in this game. So I thought, well, they're not gonna hoist that on us, but turns out, at least in this area, there are collectibles in the water. So you might want to check these water areas out throughout the game and see if you can find anything.
I can't reach it.
So the point here is we need to get that gate open, swim underneath it or swim through it, find a pallet for Ellie to get on, and so we move Ellie to the other side of this pond, and then she activates the hydraulic controls over there, which moves Henry and Sam across, and then Henry will fish us out of the water actually. So that's our objective here. As you can see, currently there's anything we have to first get that thing out of the way so the gate can actually open, and then Ellie can lift it up, or Henry.
Henry, give it a shot.
Alright.
There's actually a small area filled with infected on the other side. I didn't immediately go check it out. But as long as you're there and when you're playing through here, you might as well just do that, especially because you can gain some resources from there. I think collectible as well, which is worth it if you want to keep checking out the Ish story. I do sometimes find it hard to believe that like human infrastructure would crumble this fast. It's like it's 20 years or so after the end of the or start of the cordyceps infection. Some things look like they've just turned into ruins, which I find hard to believe would occur in 2 decades. That's fairly short as far as buildings go. So as you can see, there's actually 2 infected down there. They're clickers, so when you go in there, you need to move very slowly. As I said, when you're here, pick up that pallet, throw it in, and move it to the other side, so you can move Ellie across the pond.
Oh, this thing again.
Okay. It's kind of weird that they even break the 4th wall at how much you actually have to do this throughout the game.
That's smart.
I can't wait to get out of this place.
Kind of weird that the I didn't know that was the controller tapping motion there, but it's actually it's to indicate that your batteries are draining and you need to basically shake them around so the
Here goes nothing.
the flashlight works correctly again. I didn't know that at first. It's kind of weird, but I guess it adds some layer of immersion to the game and actually finds a use for the gyroscope in the thing. So after that platform, which you now hear and now can see move there, Henry will be able to pick you up out of the water and you can continue on. However, I figured, well, there's still that area on the other side with the zombies in it, or infected in it, so I wanted to check that out first. Obviously, if you're playing through here, you might already have done that, in which case there's not much left for you here, and just go up to Henry and now you can continue on. Actually, after that part, where you can continue on in the tunnels, it actually does get a bit more busy, if you want to call that, and some more infected show up, but it's still fairly manageable, I would say. It's nothing too difficult. You can actually get by mostly with melee. You do find a very cool short-range weapon, though, which is a handy thing to have in here. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend using shivs like like this in higher difficulties. It seems kind of wasteful, especially if you need to use them, which I assume you basically need to do in grounded, because that's where most of the resources are. If you need to use them to open shiv doors. So by now it's kind of starting to dawn, basically it dawned on me that the people who sought refuge in here basically turned into infected somehow. Which is foreshadows the conclusion of the Ish story arc, which as I said, doesn't end very well. And explains the presence of all the infected in here. I said you have to wonder about how that cordyceps fungus gets in here, but hey. I would assume, considering it's a fungus, that it'd be spread through the air. It could be spread through the air, but somehow the infection mostly seems to be spread through infected attacking healthy people, which is kind of illogical if you think about it, but hey. If the latter is the case, then like, this is a fairly hidden area, so how do the infected get in here?
What's up with this?
It pays off to look around, because obviously you can find new levels of tools, which allows you to craft more stuff. So I would always recommend going off the beaten path in this game. When I came through here, for a second I thought, oh shit, that's another news trap. Here we go again.
Don't look like that's the case anymore.
Someone who thought they could keep a place like this safe.
So this is where we find the shorty, which is basically a very sawn-off shotgun. Holds 2 shots. It's very, very lethal at close range. Probably even more so than the shotgun. It's a very good weapon if takers attack you. Just let them rush you, and then when they get up in your face, just blast them.
Calm down. Hey, Sam.
Yeah?
Stand by the post over there.
Okay. Oh, Ellie, did you see that?
Let's keep it down, buddy, okay?
Yeah. Sorry.
So obviously we can't continue on here, so when you get here, double back and head into the tunnel off to the left. And this is what we start to hear them now. It's still a bit off before you come across your first infected, but this is where it starts to get more crowded in terms of enemies. As I said, the effect of the shorty at this ranges this close is devastating. You can basically one-shot, I guess, most infected on normal. It's really powerful. It's kind of offset by the fact that apparently it uses different ammunition from the regular shotgun, the full-length one. So there's no ammo sharing between the two. And I guess, well, for a betting man, I'd say that ammo for the shorty is actually rarer than the ammo for the shotgun. And ammo for the shotgun is already comparatively rare compared to pistol ammo and stuff like that. So you shouldn't use it indiscriminately, but it's a good tool to use when you're getting swarmed by a lot of infected. So you can quickly kill one or two and get out of there. So the group led by Ish had quite the setup in here, as you can probably tell by the corpses around these areas. The things didn't end so well. Don't even want to know what they mean by meatloaf. I just hope that wasn't cannibalism or anything. This is very morbid, this part. So guess what's under the blanket. Yep. Actually thought that was a crafting table, it wasn't. So this might be one of the first times we've come across machetes in the game. They're very powerful. You can melee kill an enemy in one hit, I believe even clickers. The thing though is that one hit equals 1 pip lost, and considering you only have 3 pips for that weapon, it's gonna run out really fast.
Hey, you think that leads out?
Could be. It's too hot for a post. Maybe there's another way to get there.
This place is full of traps.
Sam! Yeah, I'm cool.
That was me. I must have triggered some kind of safety gate or something. Henry, see if we can lift this.
So, this is awkward.
Yeah, I know. It's like every time.
Clickers!
What?
And now it starts to get busy.
Man.
Just go. Get out of here.
Sam, you stay close to him.
Henry, we gotta fucking
There's actually an area just up ahead where there's a whole bunch of them. Luckily, not that many clickers. I tried to stealth through there. It didn't work out. It might be doable if you keep moving, but I kept scouting for ammo and kept getting busted. So in the end, I just started using my weapons and taking them out.
Yeah, I know.
Which obviously made my life a whole lot easier because it means you don't have to worry about getting bit and having to start over.
Infected.
Luckily, they do give you well, a decent amount of ammo. As you can see, there's a lot of infected in this area. Luckily, they don't seem to gang up on you, but I wasn't very confident about it either. As I said, when you're using the shorties, let them come towards you and aim for center mass or their heads. And that thing will take care of the rest. They just have to be even closer than with the shotgun. But that's obviously with the tickers considering, or clickers considering they're fairly robust. I usually wait until they get close to do most damage anyway. So that was, as you can see, was the using the machete on infected. Really effective, but it doesn't last long. So runners, which these guys are in between normal infected and clickers. They share the mobility with No, do clickers move quickly? But well, at any rate, they're quick. They're not quite as resilient as clickers, and you can usually, I think that just happened, you can usually counter them if they grab you. You still have a chance to pull off a quick time event, whereas you normally do not with clickers. You can get a perk that changes that, but I thought it was pretty expensive if I remember correctly. They don't seem to do nearly as much damage as clickers do as well.
You did it.
We're gonna keep going. You good?
Yeah.
If you took some damage at this point, I'd advise healing up, because there's a section up ahead where you pretty much need your health. Even if you didn't use the machete, I'd advise getting the spike bat, because it's just that much more powerful and durable. I think it basically, just like the machete, you can one-shot enemies. Especially if you catch them unawares, which basically means it's going to play a little cutscene and you just jam that thing in their head. So like I said earlier, make sure, as long as you're in this area, that you heal up any damage you sustained. So again, this is a pretty morbid reminder of what happened to the people in here, which basically turned into the people we just fought.
Son, I wish I knew.
Which is
God knows they didn't deserve it.
sobering realization.
You think you can knock that ladder down?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There we go.
Good job, kid.
Is that Ellie?
Come on.
You can probably guess we're about to get in a lot of trouble. Do not look back, just keep moving. Just don't slow down.
Ellie, get away from the door.
Maybe if we push it together.
I don't know if they can actually bust in there while you're working on the door,
We just crawled through.
He what?
but I wouldn't stick around to find out.
What the hell are you doing? Getting us out of here. Well, hurry up then.
All right, go.
Everyone upstairs. Let's go.
We're very close to the conclusion of this little segment. I would say it's not even a chapter. Of course, a chapter in The Last of Us is fairly large anyway. But yeah, we're about to exit the bunker, but not without a fairly large fight on our hands. There's actually some stuff in here you might want to pick up before shit goes down.
Damn thing's stuck!
Here, give me a boost. I can get through that window.
Open it from the other side.
Make it fast.
Come on, Sam. You're not staying in here. What about you? I'll be fine. Come on, go.
Get ready.
You might want to, as I do here, you might want to use one of the spike bombs. Actually, for it to be most effective, you should probably place it before this sequence starts.
Joel, get help!
So that's what I meant with the spike bat being so powerful. Like a machete, you can one-shot enemies and it doesn't drain as fast as the machete does. Unfortunately, I slightly miscalculated and got my face bitten off. Luckily, this is a fairly short fight if you manage to get a few good kills in. I don't think you even need to fight all of them. At one point, Henry just signals you can get the hell out of there, and at that point I just ran for it. I do waste a few good craftable items here though. It does help that apparently the infected are stupid enough to just run through the flames. That Molotov cocktail actually turned out to be well, I didn't plan on it, so it worked out for the best anyway. As soon as he says we got it, just run for it. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Fresh air. Look at this.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Thanks for the warning on the other side, guys.
So where's this tower?
We're close. Come on, let's go.